Good morning. We'll bring the public hearing to order Tuesday, February 3rd, 2015, 9:30 a.m. Could I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Tedesco,
Here.
Commissioner O'Dorisio, Commissioner Henry,
Yes.
Commissioner Hanson, Commissioner Pulowski.
Here.
Could everyone please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Could I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved, Commissioner.
Commissioner Pulowski,
Yes.
Commissioner Hanson, Commissioner O'Dorisio, Commissioner Henry,
Yes.
Commissioner Tedesco.
Yes. Well, good morning. Today we begin public hearing by recognizing a employee who did an outstanding job serving as the county's interim Parks and Open Space Director last year. While the county searched for a permanent director over the last several months, Shannon McDowell not only kept the Parks Department on track and running smoothly, she also oversaw the successful completion of several significant challenging projects along the way. For example, while interim director Shannon oversaw the renovation of Rotello Park, the opening of another segment of the Sand Creek Trail, and the execution of the 2014 Adams County Fair, which, by the way, set attendance records, and I heard nothing but good comments about it. Luckily for us, Shannon will continue her valuable and much appreciated contribution to Adams County by serving as our open space manager. I want to thank Shannon for all the work that she does. I know that she's dedicated and does a very good job at everything she does, and we're glad to have her here in Adams County. At this time, I'd like to welcome up to the podium Deputy County Manager Ray Gonzalez.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'd like to echo your comments, Commissioner Tedesco. Back in April, we were notified that the former Parks Director, Rick Anderson, was going to retire. And so Todd, Leopold, and myself sat around the table and we decided to really open that interim position up to the key management staff at the Parks Department. We went through an interview process, and as a result, we selected Shannon to really step in and serve in that capacity for 8 months. And I'd like to just echo your comments. She really stepped up to the plate, and she put her heart and soul into that department. And I want to publicly thank you, Shannon, for doing that because you did an outstanding job. So thank you.
I'm a little embarrassed by the attention, but thank you very much. I did put my heart and soul into that. I worked a lot of hours. I feel like I supported everybody, and the accomplishments you noted weren't mine. They were theirs. All I did was support them and help them make decisions when they needed help. So, but I kind of think that's what I was there to do. So anyway, thank you.
Thank you very much. Should we come down?
Okay, so we just resent this to you.
Thank you.
Angela, you want to take a picture of it? No. Not about me. It's about Shannon.
All right, everyone ready? 1, 2. One more. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, at this time, do we have anyone signed up for public comment?
We do not.
Is there anyone in the audience that would like to make public comment at this time? Seeing none, elected officials, any comment? Seeing none, we will move on. Consent calendar, do I have a motion for consent calendar?
moved.
Second.
Commissioner Henry,
Yes.
Commissioner Pulowski,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Dorisio, Commissioner Hanson, Commissioner Tedesco.
Yes. Okay, new business, county manager.
Yeah, good morning, Commissioners. Two items this morning for your consideration. The first one's a resolution approving an addendum 2 to agreement between Adams County and Corizon Health Incorporated for comprehensive inmate medical and mental health services at the Adams County Detention Center. This is Estrada, contract administrator with purchasing, is here to talk through that.
Good morning. Every 3 years, the Purchasing Division sends out a request for proposal on behalf of the Adams County Sheriff's Office for a comprehensive medical and mental health care delivery system at the Adams County Detention Center. One of the requirements of the companies is that when they submit their proposal is to provide pricing for a 3-year period. Proposals were opened on January 14th of 2013 for the comprehensive healthcare delivery system. We did receive 3 proposals. After evaluating the proposals, Corizon Health was selected as the most qualified company. Corizon submitted a very competitive proposal from a cost standpoint. Their proposal provided the most cost-efficient mix of resources required for delivering quality health care in our facility according to national and community standards of care. Corizon has provided exceptional service since 1999 and has the appropriate number of staffs required for the inmate population. The Adams County Sheriff's Office is recommending that the county renew the agreement with Corizon Health to provide services in 2015. Corizon will continue to provide mental health and other services for individuals with mental health illness and often co-occurring disorders that appear within the criminal justice system, and Community Reach is the subcontractor for these services. Should the actual daily population exceed 1,200 inmates, Corizon will charge a per diem of $1.46 per inmate to cover incremental variable expenses. Conversely, should the monthly average population decrease below 1,000 inmates, Corizon will rebate a per diem of $1.46 to the county. At this time, the recommendation is to award a contract to Corizon Health Incorporated, the amount of $4,842,802.
Thank you very much. Commissioners, do we have any questions? Commissioner O'Dorisio.
One of the questions I have is, do you require the contractors who work in the jail to participate in good faith in the prosecution of crimes that occur within the jail?
Could I have Chris Laws come forward and answer that question,
Sure.
Commissioner?
Good morning.
Morning.
Commander Chris Laws. Right now, we do not include that in the contract. That's always something that we can look at in the future to add into the contract, but we do ask our staff to work with us and work with the other areas, but it's not included in the contract.
Just to provide background, in my previous role working in the county, I did have some difficulty at times trying to get some help from outside contractors to help either with the delivery of subpoenas or to participate in the prosecution of crimes that occurred inside the jail. And I would just ask that in the future, if you could include a requirement to work in good faith and to make those people available. I understand there may be a financial impact to that, but that is something that happens anytime we have, let's say, an expert witness or anyone else. So if we could include that in the future, I would ask that to be included.
Yeah, we can definitely add that to it.
And then the only other question I have, who are the I don't know if you guys are allowed to tell us who the evaluators are, but I noticed that in the evaluation on the documentation we got that Corizon scored significantly higher than some of the others.
We do not provide the names of the evaluators in the public forum. We have those in the file, but we don't provide the names.
Are those individuals people who work with the current contractor, or do you provide some sort of buffer to make sure that the relationship between an existing contractor doesn't, I guess, taint the objective nature of the evaluation with the evaluator?
The members of the evaluation committee were all members of the sheriff's department, and I was also involved in the evaluation just to make sure that we were conducting a fair process.
Okay. Thank you.
Commissioners, any other questions? I have a question. Could you please just explain to me a little bit about, I see there's something new in this one this year, and that is the $1.46. Can you give me some background and some history as to how that arose and why there's a need for that?
Yeah, that's actually always been there. The one thing that it doesn't say, it does say a monthly average for the population, and they actually do that on a daily basis. So it's not the monthly average. On a daily basis, if we're below 1,000, then we are given a credit for that $1.46, and if we're over 1,200, then we're given that on a daily basis. That's always been in the contract. That was something we wrote in, just because we know that our population tends to fluctuate above and below a certain number. So we base contract on a number like in this contract, we based it on 1,100. That way, if it drops below the 1,000, we're getting credit from the company because we're paying them for an average of 1,100 inmates. And to be fair to us, we shouldn't have to pay that extra. And to fair to them, if we go above 1,200, then they're dealing with more inmates than they planned on, so we're paying them a little bit extra.
And could you just give me an idea, has there been times or is there more times than we've gone over or under?
During this contract, I think we've been under. I don't believe we've ever gone over. I think our count's been actually fairly low over the past couple of years. So almost on a monthly basis, we're below that 1,000, so we've been getting credits.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Commissioners, any other questions? Commissioner Pulowski.
Just to kind of follow up with what Commissioner Odoricio asked, the situations that you talked about, is that something that happens frequently?
My experience, it was not very frequent at all, but enough for me to think that it would be good to include as a term in a contract.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Any other questions?
I have one. Is mental health services included as part of the medical ward right now, or is it separate?
It's still part of the medical ward right now.
So-
We are working towards trying to get a mental health pod area, but that's something that we're still in the works with and we're still trying to develop.
Is the challenge there the physical space, or would it require just simply moving the people that we hire at Corizon and give them additional space to separate the medical from the mental health?
No, it would require us to at least remodel some area of the jail.
Thank you.
And I'll touch on that. I think that not only would it be to remodel, but you're using the same staff for medical and mental, right? And so would it require an increase in staff?
There would have to be a small increase in staff, but right now we have several mental health staff on board that would be able to handle the mental health ward, but we would have to add a couple of staff members on the deputy side as well as the medical staff just to check people in and out of that area.
Okay. Commissioner Henry.
Actually, I want to make a comment to our two new commissioners. I really highly suggest that you take a tour of the jail so you can understand what our deputies and our sheriff is looking at in regards to a medical and a mental facility.
All right. Any other questions? No other questions. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Do we have a motion?
I move for a resolution approving an addendum to agreement between Adams County Corizon Health Incorporated for comprehensive inmate medical and mental health services at the Adams County Detention Center.
Second.
Thank you.
Commissioner Henry,
Yes.
Commissioner Pulowski,
Yes.
Commissioner Odoricio, Commissioner Hanson, Commissioner Tedesco.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Our second item this morning is a resolution approving Addendum 1 to the agreement between Adams County and Cartograph Systems Incorporated for the enterprise software licenses to support the transportation asset management system software. Liz Estrada is here again to talk through that.
A solicitation was sent out in 2010 to provide Adams County with an automated data collection, analysis, and management system to manage our roadway infrastructure, streets, and related assets. Infrastructure Management Services was selected to provide the comprehensive solution for the Transportation Asset Management System. Adams County made the decision to enter into a separate agreement with Cartograph Systems to provide the software. The upgrade provided the county with the newest technology. Cartograph Systems is an approved vendor, single-source software vendor for the Transportation Asset Management System. Renewing the agreement with Cartograph will provide continued software enterprise support and services for the Transportation Asset Management System in 2015 and 16. The Cartograph OMS Advanced Edition is $35,000. The discounted amount is a correction of $2,000, and Cartograph Cloud Hosting is $5,000 for an amount of $38,000 for this year's services. The Transportation Department supports renewing the agreement with Cartograph in the amount of $38,000.
Thank you very much. Commissioners, do we have any questions? Commissioner Pulaski.
Thank you, Chairman. The only, there are just issues that I have that I've run into is even driving out here today. Is this group indeed the ones that say the traffic at, I'll get it in a minute, 136th and Sable, where there really probably needs to be a traffic signal? Is that what they're going to be overviewing, that type of thing?
I'm not, I don't have the answer to that, but I'm sure one of the members of our
Okay.
Transportation Department can answer that for you.
Okay, and combined with that, since we had the issue last week with our waste facility out east, and the constant letters that were given to, in our packet, was that the road conditions were so deplorable out there from the heavy truck. Is that also the type of thing that you look at?
Renee Valdez, Adams County Transportation Infrastructure Manager. So I'm going to start off with your first question. So in regards to, we do maintain records of what's on 136th and Sable in regards to the traffic signing that is in this database. The decision-making process is actually a different process to try to put a signalized system.
Okay.
So this system would not tell us that.
Okay.
In regards to your second question on about, I believe you were talking about 88th Avenue, would that be correct, heading out towards
It's
the
actually
landfills?
further east than that, isn't it? What was the one that we heard last week? Was that 88th? Oh, that was 88th. I think way out. by Bennett, yes.
So that would be something that comes out of this software system. There is an
It does.
analysis tool that rates the overall condition of that roadway and recommends what year there would be some type of improvement to be done on it.
So it does, I guess, it's interesting to me that we know we have an issue, but we don't really know about it until we get a situation like we got last week, where the commissioners are aware that the roadway is in that bad a shape. So I just would like to see, it's indeed a good idea to know about this, but what are we doing about this is my,
So this system does help us develop what we call a 5-year resurfacing plan. So within the next 5 years, what you'll be seeing going out this year, we're actually going to go on in Bowden Road, which is a stretch just north of 88th Avenue. That one's getting recommended. In our 5-year plan on 88th Avenue, I would say about 3 years out, we got another overlay. But it's basically a 5-year plan, and there is a recommendation that comes out of this.
okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Any other questions? No other questions. I do have a quick question about this, though. It says in the agreement that we're approving for 2015, 38,000, and then it also says in 2016 for 40,000. Could you explain that for me?
Yes, so the 38,000 is, you're just approving the 38,000 this year. I can do the contract for 2 years, but we will not include the 40,000 on the purchase order until next year, until the appropriation in the budget is approved. So
Okay.
we will wait to hear that you have approved that appropriation for
Okay.
the 40,000.
Thank you very much. Commissioners, any other questions? No other questions. Do we have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the resolution approving the addendum 1 to the agreement between Adams County and Cartograph Systems, Inc. for enterprise software licenses to support the Transportation Asset Management System software.
Commissioner Odorizio,
Yes.
Commissioner Hanson, Commissioner Henry,
Yes.
Commissioner Pulowski,
Yes.
Commissioner Tedesco.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, I think that's it for our county manager and new business. County attorney.
Good morning, Commissioners. Although it does not appear on your agenda, I would ask that we go into executive session today pursuant to Colorado Revised Statute 24-6, 402, 4B and E, for the purpose of receiving legal advice and negotiation strategy regarding potential development at DIA as time allows today.
Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Commissioner Henry,
Yes.
Commissioner Hanson, Commissioner Odorizio, Commissioner Pulowski, Commissioner Tedesco.
Yes. Okay, seeing no further business, we are adjourned.